On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one, a blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off like this. The police then put on another decent spot of work as 17 persons have been arrested in a series of operations led by the police, Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, and of course the Jamaica Customs Agency, basically to curb the gun smuggling through Jamaica's ports. So between the 1st of July and October 12th of this year, 2024, the joint team seized 22 firearms, which includes 2 rifles and 20 pistols, and intercepted 1,274 assorted rounds of ammunition. So of those arrested, 8 have been since charged with the offenses ranging from trafficking in prohibited weapons and possession of prohibited weapon, and their cases have been brought before the courts. So heads of the JCF has stated that these recent seizures and arrests demonstrate the resolve of their organization to remain focused and resolute in the approach to detecting, deterring, and basically disrupting and ultimately dismantling crime networks involved in smuggling firearms into the country. The agency also pledged to continue working with local, regional, and international partners to bring offenders to justice and prevent further trafficking of guns in our dearly beloved island home, Jamaica. Yeah, man. So watch this now, my peeps. A 33-year-old Kingston so-called businessman, him own a farm store. Now he has been implicated and since been arrested and charged for knockings and clappings that took place along the Sheffield Road in Kingston 2 in September. That knockings and clappings left a man and a teen boy seriously injured. So the criminal element in question, the farm store owner, has since been identified as David Taylor, but some of you all may know him as Pelpa in the streets. He's from a Rock Jam road address in Kingston 2. He has since been charged with 2 counts of wounding with intent and illegal possession of firearm. The incident occurred on the 18th of September of this year. So according to the police report, the criminal element David Taylor exited a Honda Fit motor car and opened gunfire, injuring a man and a 15-year-old boy. It is said that a 16-year-old boy in their company was also targeted but managed to escape unharmed. Both victims were taken to the hospital for treatment, and the criminal element David Taylor was later arrested and charged. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, the St. Catherine North Police have listed some criminal elements as wanted by them. So in a statement on Sunday, the police stated that they believe these criminal elements may assist them in some investigations into multiple incidents of crime, such as fatal knockings and clappings, and just knockings and clappings that caused serious injuries to people across their division. Now the men are only known by their aliases, and these criminal elements are reportedly from communities such as Quarry Hill, Capchalan, and Lakespen, which are all in the Spanish Town policing district. So those from the Quarry Hill are named as Brandon, a next criminal element known as Nana, a next criminal element known as Sizzler. So if you don't know them criminal element, they're from Quarry Hill, make them know, say, report up a Spanish Town station immediately. The criminal elements from Capchalan has since been identified by his alias as OG, a next one known as Ranger, a next one some people know him as Shamar, some people may know him as Boise, same person. A next criminal element identified as Prezi, a next one known as Kemar, but some people call Kemar Townman. A next criminal element identified as Avatar, and a next criminal element identified as Junior Brown. So if you don't know them criminal elements from Capchalan, just make them know, say, make a quick step, go up a station. Yeah, man. And last but most definitely not the least, the criminal elements them from around a Lakespen, where them send a playpen. A criminal element identified as Sweetie. He's from Banana Lane in a Lakespen. And the next one known as Kukuru. Him come from round a Monkey Town. So just make them criminal elements from round a Lakespen know, say, yo, the squad of them, I look for them. Yeah, man. So the police are also appealing to anyone with any information surrounding the whereabouts of these individuals to contact the Spanish Town Police Criminal Investigation Branch at 876-984-2874 or 876-984-3165. Or regular, you don't know, you can just call 119. Yeah, man. So anyway, make we continue. So we have for you a rather interesting story. This one coming out of the parish of Manchester. And this just goes to show, you know, that the little man them what we call Mr. Shirt and Tie, Mr. Jacket and Tie, sometimes they too are behind a whole lot of criminal acts being perpetrated against the regular members of Chan Public and also persons in their whole business fraternity, using their monies to persuade the poorer youth them. You don't know the little regular corner youth them, the knackies and clappies them, if you go carry out some murder for hire type of thing and other business personnels. So the Manchester businessman in question offered another man a sum of $60,000 to take the life of a top executive at the People's Cooperative Bank. So this bank is also in the parish of Manchester. He wanted that man's life to be taken so he could have easier access to loans. Now, that particular so-called businessman from in Manchester has since been convicted for solicitation to the act of taking the businessman's life. So the criminal element that I'm speaking about is Marvin Morris, the proprietor for several businesses across Manchester. He was found guilty after a 4-week trial that ended in the Manchester Circuit Court on Friday. So let me tell you exactly what took place as it relates to the evidence presented in court by the prosecutors. So in relation to the evidence presented, it would suggest that little over 10 years ago, somewhere between October 1st and November 6th of 2013, the criminal element that's Marvin Morris offered General Anderson, who is the would-be hitman, $60,000 to take the life of Glenroy Griffiths, who was at the time the chairman for the PCB. So according to the evidence, Anderson was initially arrested by the police in connection with the plot, but later agreed to become the main prosecution witness, so that is the would-be hitman. So the would-be hitman gave evidence during the trial that in September of 2013, the criminal element, that is Marvin Morris, told him that he knew a lady who wanted somebody to lose them 3 pints, and the lady was willing to pay the sum of $60,000. He stated that Morris promised to give him an advance of $10,000 to purchase bullets to carry out the act. So Anderson, the would-be hitman, stated that Morris, that's the criminal element, provided the cash advance but later changed the plans and make him know, say, yo, no bother use your strap and can him up because that may just bring too much attention. Here what I want you do for me. I want you use a screwdriver and just bore up him chest, billiards with it, and take him life. He stated that the businessman gave him the screwdriver along with instructions to use the screwdriver and run it through him chest several times. He stated that the man pointed out the man that he wanted him to take his life. The would-be hitman gave evidence that he did not know the man who supposed to lose for him 3 pints, but he stated that Morris took him to the bank and pointed him out. He stated that Griffiths was not at the office at the time. That's the man whose life is supposed to be taken. So the businessman took him to the home of the PC Bank chairman and showed him around. So Anderson stated that Morris took him to a garage at the house and showed him where to lay in wait for Griffiths and showed him the escape route he should take. He stated that the businessman also gave him a telephone so he could call him to transport him from the home after him commit the act. So the would-be hitman also gave evidence that on the 6th of November 2013, the criminal element Morris transported him to the home of Mr. Griffith somewhere around 6:30 p.m. He stated that around 5 minutes later, the businessman called him to inform him that the PC Bank chairman was on his way home and also provided a description of the motor vehicle he would be driving. However, Anderson stated that when Mr. Griffiths, that's the PC Bank chairman, arrived at home, he got cold feet and couldn't carry out the plot. So the would-be hitman said that like 2 angels descended upon him from heaven and tell him, say, yo, no bother with your foolishness. He stated that he saw 2 women with wings. The would-be hitman stated that he then identified himself to the PC Bank chairman, that's Mr. Griffiths, and then disclosed details of the deadly plot to take his life to him. It is said that the PC Bank chairman then transported him to the Spalding police station where he gave another confession. So Anderson stated that that's the would-be hitman, stated that while he was giving a statement to detectives, he got several calls from the criminal element Morris inquiring if the job was done yet. He said police investigators overheard the conversation after he placed the phone on speaker and devised a plan for the businessman to visit the station. So under the direction of the police, the would-be hitman called the so-called businessman and told him that he was at the police station and he was arrested and charged for possession of ganja and needed somebody to come and bail him. So the so-called businessman fell for the trick, and as him stepping foot in at the station for go bail the man, so police just bangle him and lock him down, and that is how he was caught, arrested and charged and brought before the court. Hence the reason 10 years later and mash, he was convicted for the crime. So this just goes to show me, peeps, that hey, you can't even trust your own, because obviously this businessman was very close to the PC Bank director. These stories, may I tell you, my peeps, just open our eyes more to see what is really happening in our dearly beloved island home, Jamaica. No put nothing at all past nobody, because trust me, mankind wicked. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.